is. So what I actually want to do, I think, is let's take a look at the Jund Death Shadow deck. Now, this is the one that Not Me showed yesterday with Lotus Field, Cleansing Wildfire nonsense. And maybe just... This was the Inverter of Truth deck Spider Space had on stream the other day, which had its own interesting appeal to it. So here is a Lurrus deck with Dreadhorde. And then Omnath. I feel like we played this in something. Okay, so let me add the Jund Death Shadow, which sure is appropriate in an Elspeth box. That guy looks Jundy. Does it though? No. Who feels more Jundy? Domri is Jundy. Okay, so Swift Spears, Lightning Bolt, Thoughtseize, Inquisition, Fatal Push, Death Shadow. You got your sideboard Lurrus action. How are you casting Veil of Summer? Oh. I'm still thinking of it as a red-black deck and then being impressed with the green mana. Is this better as a red-black deck? I mean, is Wrenn and 6 such a revelation that... I mean, I know it's good, but... Let's go back to the modern decks. Yeah, Rakdos, Death Shadow. Is this just better? So what was the... No, let's replace this. Let's download this. Now, this is just the most current version of it. Agadeem's Awakening. Okay, so how about a Rakdos? Rakdos Death Shadow. Alright, send this stuff to the wish list. I think I want to try this. I just want to play some games with it to see whether or not it's something I want to lock in, or at least play a few more games with. Because I do want to explore a little bit, if that makes sense. So I need to return cards first. It's too bad I can't like do both at the same time. Okay, put these cards back. Okay. Next, clear this. Upload a new deck. I don't have a Lurrus? Really? Go bot check. Dear GoBots. Really? I guess it actually sees play, so that does make more sense. Hull breach check. Hull breacher is still breaching. Deer. Now, I do wonder if there's some, I don't want to say timeout measurement, but the fact that I just completed another trade, does that move me further back in the line? I mean, that's reasonable. I'm stealing, the band. Oh. I was going to say, stealing the bandwidth for other people to be able to play. 37 cards. How do I not have Inquisition? Are Inquisitions expensive? I know that it's a rental account, but I'm just wondering. Because I feel like I have some Inquisitions, I just don't have all Inquisitions. How do I not have Inquisition? I drafted so much Rise of the Eldrazi. Yeah, I'm not paying that. So that informs a lot of it, is like looking at it and be like, no, I'm not going to pay that. So we'll see if anybody will bite on this. This will be miscellaneous. It's still modern. It's still practice. But I don't know. I would like to see how it does in general. Done. Mulligan to 6 cards, or there's Knight's Whisper in this does. You sit over here. Heartless Summoning. I like it. Your own Inquisition back. So they have an Overgrown Tomb. So we could Knight's Whisper. We could Swift Spear first and have this land. So Assassin's Trophy, Heartless Summoning on their side. Opponent went, uh-oh. They're going to be able to play multiple creature spells. That Ramunap seems sweet. So Tireless Tracker. Ramunap. Potentially Ramunap. Wayward Swordtooth. That's pretty hot. So currently don't even have creatures I can play from the graveyard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They need 10 permanents to ascend. They're holding 2 cards. One of them is Assassin's Trophy. Let's give them the chance to mess it up, first of all. So they're drawing, cracking a clue. That part always works. Cracking the clue always makes her get bigger. And then that would be an interesting interaction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Gives me a basic. So if I do this, it'll be 3, 6, 9, 10. So they're at 2. Whether or not they can gain life out of this, but you now have a bolt in hand. 4. Primeval Titan's a good one. Do I have a lot of burn? Bolts, I have Seal of Fire, I have Fatal Push, Bajuka Bog me. So, they have a lot of interesting stuff going on. The fact they have Ramming Up Excavator would cause them to gain life, lose that much instead. I think that the fact that they have utility lands makes me potentially want Wildfire. Kozilek's Return, I don't know if it's necessarily for them, although, I mean, it would sweep their creatures as much as it would sweep my creatures. Knight's Whisper was interesting there. Agadeem's Awakening as cards with different converted mana. Like this is a late game card that I don't hate. I can see the Inquisition's overall worse than the Thoughtseizes, but I think the Death Shadows still play. I guess that was the question: is what do I want? Do I want Cleansing Wildfire? Do I want another Fatal Push? Probably. Like that's the thing: is how am I killing their creatures? Am I killing their creatures with? I mean, Fatal Push is going to clear out basically everything we saw there. Maybe trade. I can see Kolaghan's Command. Kolaghan's Command is just good. Okay. Try that. Yes. So the 10 games we were 6-4, and then we're currently 7-4. So if we win 3 more, we are still good. Or if we can get to 13-7 over the course of 20 games. So this one is not an official one. This is me playing for fun. And I'm sorry, I see your comment now. If they play 2 permanents, they win. What did I miss with the playing permanents? I know they had Wayward Swordtooth, but maybe what am I missing about Wayward Swordtooth? That they can play an extra land? Sorry, Steve, didn't notice the comment before. Wouldn't they have gotten City's Blessing and been able... I swung with everything, didn't I? So that was just dumb. I think I was not anticipating... Yeah, I think that was maybe a little bold for my part. So, thoughts here are Sunbake, Monastery Swiftspear. Well, potentially not anymore, but I do like having the haste creatures. Bomat Courier is... I mean, it's a interesting card. I would like to keep... I'd like to wait on Fatal Push with, say, the Mars Flats of the world. We got creatures, we got removal, we have down the road. We have You're a Future Question. Which maybe this works better with the discard spells. Took Lightning Bolt. Heartless Summoning in play. Ah, ha, 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 ha! I didn't even think of that. So now I know that Teamer Battle Rage is hiding under the Bomat Courier. I was not thinking that through necessarily. So here's the thing to be mindful of. Heartless Summoning is going to make their stuff cost less, like the Gitrog monster. And that can't be Fatal Pushed. Nope. Death Touch. You may play an additional land on each of your turns. If one or more lands are put into your graveyard from anywhere, draw a card. Okay. That attacks, that attacks. That draws me a card. Oh! I needed to click to attack there. I messed that up. I meant to attack there. Yeah, that's a mess up. That's a mess up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Look at them go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Play a permanent. Wayward is wayward. Ha! I've already gotten the swamp, so I can't Fatal Push. Alright, you ready for this technology? Okay, we're going to cast Kroxa. They'll discard. Get shot. Should have attacked last turn, so we should have had a little bit of more damage through, is all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That I missed my attack phase last time. That I should have gotten at least 2 points through. They could be at 3 here. I do have to be mindful of my own life total, though, I guess. They just had another Ramunap. The City's Blessing is active. They can attack me for 9. Maelstrom Pulse. That's rude. I was going to say, can I hit everything I need? I guess the question would be, what are the cards in their hand? If Kroxa, if they don't have the card for Kroxa, it just kills them, right? As opposed to Swift Spear's not big enough. They'll have 2 blockers. They can go around. Yeah. Show me. Like, how many more cards can I click? I clicked 5. Do you got it? Do you got another land? Do you only have lands? Get him. Ah! We're dead. We're dead. So, but the thing is, I think that missed attack might have made a difference. Okay. So, anything more? I think Soul Guide Lantern is maybe better than I was thinking. Bowmat Courier might be a little worse. I still like it, but let's get that Dismember back in, because that could be real deal. I think I do need to be more mindful of my own life total. So turn 1, fetch, shock, 7, and then a turn 2 Death Shadow. Turn 1, fetch, shock, Thought Sees You, Mishra's Bauble. Ob Nixilis the Fallen. I really like you. This guy is awesome. I'll take Tireless Tracker. And might as well tell me the rest of what you're drawing. Okay, so we drew. They drew Witch's Cottage, putting graveyards on top of the library. So maybe I should have kept the, what do you call it? 'Cause I can't do anything here yet. Tell me your secrets. So the question is whether or not they crack the fetch is whether they draw that Sword Tooth. Okay, so they're not going to draw this Sword Tooth. So they have that. They crack their fetch land, so at least that lets me get Scourge into play, although all they have to do is gain life. But I don't see that as an option for them. Yeah, these Death Shadows, though, are currently nothings. We could buy Lurrus next turn. I don't know if I want Lurrus yet. Powerful Scourge of the Skyclaves here. Just staggering. Do I care about the creature? Yes, because of Witch's Cottage. I think care about the creature more. Okay, I can't do anything else, so we're going to pass. We can always do this as exile the opponent. That's true. I didn't think about digging out with the baubles. Opponent says they'll hit me up, so awesome. If you watch this later, opponent, you're awesome. Oh, I should have probably Heartless Summoning. I should have probably mentioned the Peatland since I knew about that. Knew about the Peatland. This might even be the Verdant Catacombs I saw. So the question is, do they deploy the Sword Tooth or not? Opponent says, sorry, I've got to go. I'll hit you up with the deck list later. No problem. This one is just for fun. But I think I'm learning more about this deck. So let's start another one. Yeah, like just not necessarily doing the sequencing right and stuff. That's what I would want to work on with this deck, is how some of the stuff gets sequenced. All right, hold on. I will be right back. I'm going to go fill my water real quick. And we can test out this screen. We haven't had this screen up. All right, hopefully you enjoyed that little intermission tab. Let's play another match. Or attempt to play another match. I mean, I liked playing Lurrus in Vintage. Obviously, it's a little bit different when you have Black Lotus. And, it's also different when you just get to cast it. When you get to go Black Lotus, cast Lurrus, play Black Lotus, that's a good turn. So, yeah, overall, I don't know. I would say overall, I have been in liking Modern this time around. I feel like last time Modern was very blah. I like to play first, yes. I'd like to play this guy. Yeah, once we switched over to the green-white deck, we've really come back. So we're sitting at 7-4 overall. We were 6-4 in the first 10. And then we got a win. I'm playing this one for fun. So I am on the play. You just thought season, right? I have not qualified yet, Thorn, unfortunately. Because I started 1-3, and then we were 5-1. So we were at 6-4 with the green-white Eladamri, whatever you call it, deck. So we're close, but we're not quite there yet. So we're sitting at 7-4. We're like 60-something%. But we have the chance to... I feel like we're doing good. Oh, yeah. But unfortunately, there was a 1-3 that happened. What is happening here? Sky Scanner, Lazotep Plating, Didn't Say Please, and an Essence Scatter. Dear opponent, this will not go well for you. But yeah, so starting off 1-3, we've really rallied back with the green-white Eladamri's Call deck. So that's been cool. This is not an official ManaTraders series thing. I just kind of wanted to try another deck. So this would put me at crack it, go down to 13. No, fetch, go to 14. Crack, go down to 12. Right? Get a shock land. Yes, go to 12. These are 1/1s. So as long as they don't give me life, we should be just okay. And so far, this is an interesting one. I'm not necessarily as sure of this style of deck, but okay, cool. Probably don't need as much removal against their deck. But I'll bring in a... Yeah, I said that I was trying to test for the ManaTraders series, so that was better off than whatever you decided to play. Sorry, friend. Here, Thorn, let me bring it up real quick. This Eladamri's Toolbox is the one that we've been messing with. That I'm really liking Field of the Dead based plan with Dryad, Field of the Dead, and Primeval Titan. I liked so much that trying to get Primeval Titan Junior with Hour of Promise, and then just lately I saw people playing like Kenrith, Questing Beast, like let's make the toolbox more of a toolbox, and so playing another couple weird ones. And the other thing I was having a problem with was not having enough actual plains and or forest cards. So I'll probably keep this and put the fetch land back. Okay, go Beats. Crab. They are the 8 crab deck. I got a whole grip hiding under this Bomat Courier. What does that do? Has 7 or more cards in their graveyard. Got any lands under there? So what lands have I lost? I've lost... not necessarily really any lands in there, huh? 7 or more cards in their graveyard. One, two, three, four. Oh, I still have 7, don't I? Oh, you milled me right back. And you archive trapped me. Okay. Well, I have more than 7. You could have also waited till like I attacked or something. Threw another different thought scar. Touche. Wait. I read that wrong. Okay. So they don't have enough cards in hand to block. That is a different story. What you got? Cacophony. So they can attack, so I don't want to do stupid stuff. But right now, this is a lethal attack. Like, they have to block because Croxa bites them. I'd like to see your top card. Could that not block? Could have blocked. Do I want against the Soul Guide Lantern only exiles your opponent's graveyard, so that's something to be mindful of. Fatal Push against their little dummies. I could see Knight's Whisper being a whiff. Is the Gargoyle an artifact? Vantress Gargoyle. Artifact creature. Kolagon's command. Sign me up. Thought Scour. So Fatal Push. Inquisitions. Do anything else? Maybe Soul Guide. Soul Guide only the Vantress Gargoyle only cares about my graveyard, not their graveyard. So I think we just do that. I mean, crab. Our opponent has crabs. Is there a reason to Inquisition versus Thoughtseize? I don't believe so. I guess the fact that they're going to be able to easily play the Inquisitions first. That would be another reason. Okay. So far, I'm liking it. I mean, are people more likely to just be playing for fun and they wouldn't be playing these same decks in ManaTraders series? It's maybe. But I think it does make sense to try to put their... You just conceded the match last time. You sure you want to play? I mean, they could have responded to the Thoughtseize with the Archive Trap. They chose not to. Bowmat, Seal of Fire. I feel like this isn't that bad. Because we can turn one, seal their crab, or they start with the Serum Visions. Are we going to have the Teamerist Battle Rage, dude? That'd be funny. I could play stuff, I guess. Show me your secrets. Did they become a blue-red deck quickly? Did I click myself somehow? Interesting. So now I'm glad I did that. We now know that they're blue-red. Maybe they have Fevered Visions? Or did they change decks completely? Spoilers, this is a different deck. I mean, should I have saved the Dismember because they're going to have a bigger, more powerful creature threat? Should I have Seal of Fire in play already? You ready for this? Hold on. Go, little guy. Come on, block. I dare you. Come on, block. Do it. Let me give him the double strike. Taste double strike. Taste that double strike. Redrawn. Snapcaster Mage. To go with a Bolt. So I feel like that's why they jumped right in. Because they're like, all right, I'll play a different deck. Yep. So they're like, oh, I will defeat this guy in the practice room by knowing what they are playing. Do I... Well, that tells me where my card is. So I still have Bolt, Snap, Volt available. Correction. Bolt, Lightning Helix, Lightning Helix. So Fulminate Couriers are weak, I would say, in general. I mean, they are going to draw some, but overall against the burn deck. I mean, Fatal Push isn't the worst. We'll give it a shot. Bolt. So, the fact they're at 16. Take the shock. Two mana 5/5. Because they played along. Get a path. Right now, I'm going to go after the path. Because that is their best chance at hitting a way out. Celestial Purge. It gets exiled all the same. Put them down to 7. Or they already went to 7. Nope. Blocker step. Okay. So then we have fetch land. Okay. I no longer have a target for that. Scourge of the Skyclaves is kind of insane. What did they do with their... Are they tribal flames? Attack. Touche. I assume you're going to block with the other one. So this will let me rebuy a Swift Spear, rebuy a Soul Guide Lantern. Sure. Sure. It's a blocker. Mm-hmm. Jumps. Stoneforge. My boy. Dead. Would they have Wrath? They can't play Wrath because I took their second white source. At least before I put it in play, I questioned whether they might have Wrath. Not bad, not bad. Okay, so thoughts there. They planned to gain life. They had random crap that maybe I want to clear. Yeah, I was thinking because we knew they had Batterskull. So my thought was if they could play Batterskull, and that means I don't want to attack with both because they block there and it cancels out the other life. Maybe that didn't matter. I was trying to kill them in one attack, but maybe that did not matter. They are going to have things that are going to be eligible to that. Seal of Fire might just be slow. Knowing that they have Stoneforge effects. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get a guy in that'll live, but we can keep one of that as well. We haven't necessarily got into the Agadeem's range either. We had it, but it didn't necessarily do what we wanted it to do. Fetch. If they play, I wish I would have had a discard spell, but if they play in the same way they did before, we could get close to setting up Death Shadow. Okay, they brought their dice total down a little bit. That's a good point to get the tap out of it that turn versus next turn. Purge Bolt Double Helix. Well, that's rough. Purge Bolt Double Helix. If I bolt again and go to 9, that makes this a 4/4. So, Helix, Bolt, Island. I would need a way to gain life next, or they just drew off the top, and that makes their guy 4/4 flying first strike, and I'm dead. Yep. Well, that went well. What do you think? Play one more? We can play one more. It's fast. We will play one more, just to test it out. But overall, I think I like the decisions made with the deck. I just have to. What I need to work on is sequencing, and that's true of basically every time I play. What I need more help with is sequencing. I gotta keep. Do I lead Swift Spear? Do I lead Thoughtseize? I think I lead Thoughtseize because I don't necessarily want to run into what am I thinking? Fatal Push. This also would let me know if Fatal Push is even there. Oh, Fatal Push! How dare! Lingering Souls. Thalia, Heretic, Cathar. So, successfully played around Fatal Push. Next turn, we do double Swift Spear, Mishra's Bauble. Okay. Okay, 2 carrier drawing. Thalia says, for creatures and non-basic lands your opponents control. Creatures and non-basic lands. Okay. Yes. Of this, we have a red source. We'll take a black source. They're drawing a Thoughtseize. Okay, so that takes away Bolt. They wouldn't want... That would have been a reason not to then. Not thinking that they themselves have Thoughtseize, because then now that opens up our Death Shadow. Maybe, yeah, I would say maybe they would play the Thalia out. Because if playing Croxa there, like, basically gives them the front half of Lingering Souls, I would think they takes Death Shadow here. Really? Really? You're holding a Lingering Souls and a Thalia. I just need to not accidentally gain life. I guess Thalia has first strike, but even so, like, just let them play it. Let me shoot it. Yep. The fact they didn't tap Temple instead of leaving the black up is interesting. Draw 2. This shock would put him to 3 3s. I could bolt myself. I like that. Bolt myself, make it 5/5, give it double strike, and trample kill you. Have they chosen not to block? Okay. Is this the kind of deck I want Kozilek's Return against? I mean, it's a chance to be... It kills Eldrazi. Potentially. That might be too expensive. I don't feel like they're going to do that. Cleansing Wildfire to mess with their lands? Also questionable. We might get empty-handed quickly. Does this deal damage to players? No. We still have the other ones. We still have Dismember. We still have Night's Whisper to gain advantage back. Maybe 2's fine. Choose up to 1 companion. I choose that one. They have mulled 6. They have mulled 5. Mm-hmm. If you're gonna just grab a shock, use an off color to grab the shock. I will say that... Hi, bud. What's wrong? Godless Shrined, tapped, go. Good boy. They both have haste, but getting an extra attack out of the Bowman Courier is an extra card, was my thought. What? What? Tide Hollow Sculler. I guess I was gonna say, if you take a creature, non-land, you can take the creature. Because I was gonna play Swift Spear and then just kill the Sculler with whichever one you don't take yet. Leave it. Back up. Now, buddy. Back up. Did Bomat eat a land? Nope. Beats. Imagine not playing Lightning Bolt. Also, imagine playing the wrong art Lightning Bolt. Just saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, imagine playing actual correct Lightning Bolt. I just did not edit their list. What do you got? Swift Spear? Swift Spear is dead. So now my thought, they only have one card left. I can throw 6 points of burn at their head and draw these 2 cards. I could let it die and put Lurrus in my hand. And then get, like, Thoughtseize. I mean, they have 1 card left over there. Don't be Thoughtseize. Dark Confidant. Agreed. Marsh Flats. Aggro Confidant. Okay. Take it. Thought Not Seer. I have Lightning Bolts. So I don't have, no. Do they have burn? I would say no. Do they have a second thought knots here? Those are good. Those are good. That was a hell of a Bomat courier. That was a hell of a Bomat courier. What do you got me? What do you got for me? Let me check the mail. That's a good one. Ho ho, that's even better. Yeah. Hell of a Bomat. Well, all right. I would think, so looking at the overall ManaTraders series, we are sitting at, where is it? No, where is it? There. So right now we are sitting at 64%. We've played 11 and we're at 7-4. So if we get 3 more in a row, we'll be at 10-4, and that works. Or kind of working the math to get to 13 wins by the time we hit 20. So, I mean, if we got our act together, we could be in the top 25.